First and goal. Mahomes flings it. It's there! Hardman! Jackpot! Kansas City!
You're saying the Chiefs win, that causes a revival anyway. I mean, we're looking at something to happen at this Super Bowl, right? That's what we're talking about here. Something will happen from this Super Bowl forward.
I don't know if an event happens at the Super Bowl. Okay, because I don't know. God never told me.
We don't know. You're right. We don't know.
But yeah, none of us know. But it's after the Super Bowl that things start to change upon the world. And all I know is that if this be the case, okay, as we transition from this month of like all these truths coming out, all they can do is come out fighting, right? What does that mean?
Right.
Well, when you come out fighting, you put the gloves on, okay? When they come out fighting, they bring out the military, they bring out the jets, okay? So just know that they're going to come out fighting because that's all they got. The two little things they always do is whenever there's a financial problem, they create more money out of thin air. Okay, that's their financial strategy. And whenever there's anybody challenges that, they bring on the jets, okay, and the war, okay. So that's really the bottom line of all of this, and that's going to be a scary point for the United States. We'll bring this nation to its knees. And then the next line was, and then you will hear the sound of great victory. Okay. And so the great victory comes March into April. Okay. So whatever happens here in the near term, there's a huge victory coming in the month of March. Then we step into April. 2024 is going to be a year of rest. That's what's coming. Now, back to the Super Bowl. I'll explain why in a second, but the Super Bowl, so you got this Bob Jones prophecy, and the prophecy was from like the early 80s, and he basically stated that when the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, I'm going to get the words here correctly, don't mistake anything. It says, when the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, a revival is going to break out. Okay.
They've already won. I mean, this guy's talking about this in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
They already won in what? What was the years they won? 2020?
Okay, so the last time they won was 1970. And this is interesting because you got to look at Jubilee. Okay, so 1970, add 50 years, 2020. Oh, they won the Super Bowl. Interesting, right? But remember the word do-over. Let's remember the word do-over, okay? Because if there's a fraud, there's the word F-R-A-U-D, vitiates everything it touches. It's a Supreme Court ruling in USA versus Throckmorton. If it's discovered, if that word is discovered, you go back to the time it occurred.
Right.
That's called do-over. Are you with me? So if they won, we got a do-over of what happened in 2020. This is the cool part. They also won last year. And last year, the prophecy was, when the Chiefs win, revival is going to break out. So when they win, and then you had the Asbury revival break out last year. But this was the miss. People, you got to put the piece, you got to look at details. The Asbury revival started, I think, on the 5th or the 6th or something like that of February. But the Super Bowl wasn't until the 10th or something like that. Okay, so an Asbury revival broke out 4 days earlier. So that doesn't fulfill the prophecy, and the Asbury revival ended up petering out anyways, but it was, I would call it an appetizer. An appetizer. So
you expect the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl?
I'm
going to call my bookie.
First of all, I'm not gambling, and I don't know the exact word.
But you can say though they've already won because they won in 2020 and in 23. So
yes, but this is the problem. This is the problem with you saying that. Okay, here's the problem. It says, when after the victory we will witness the start of the greatest revival in human history. So God will raise up the apostolic chiefs. That means the people that love Christ, the apostolic chiefs, to bring in a 1 billion soul harvest in this generation. The bottom line is, after the Super Bowl, we are to usher in the greatest revival in human history, which leads to a 1 billion soul harvest. Okay, so here's the problem. It never happened in last year in 2023 because that was Asbury and that petered out. And here's the problem, going back to timing and because when God intervenes upon the earth, so when Jesus Christ started his ministry, what happened was it led to the greatest revival in history because everybody wanted to be around Jesus, because when Jesus did his miracle, when Jesus was on the earth and he got baptized, 3.5 years he's doing signs, miracles, and wonders. Okay, so that's a revival of signs, miracles and wonders. So that starts the great harvest. Okay. And so we are supposed to witness the great harvest, the start of the great harvest. What
So
we're
this is
looking
going to be
for.
called the Great Harvest. This, okay.
Okay. So now,
But it's gonna, you're saying it's supposed to happen after the Chiefs win a Super Bowl. They won in 2020. They won in 23.
and this
But
would be
not notice anything.
the Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. So it'd be the Trinity. It'd be the triplicate. All of these pieces are just fun to watch, but I do know that what we're waiting for, Nino, is a moment in time where God intervenes upon the world. It's supposed to happen after the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl, okay?
When the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, they'll be the greatest revival. But they've already won twice. You're going to say this third's a charm.
There's a charm. Because we got the Trinity, Father, Son,
I
and Holy
don't
Spirit.
know, Bo.
I don't know.
I don't
Neither
know.
do I.
I'm
Neither
going
do I.
First and goal. Mahomes flings it. It's there! Hardman! Jackpot! Kansas